So this is the question that was asked of you in your Texas Instrument interview.
Yes.
Okay. So
Clearly ask me that, like, suppose we are giving the input, like pulse input for this circuit, and what will be the output waveform, and explain each and every step, like how the output is becoming.
okay, so we
So
have to plot all the currents and voltages that we see now.
yes,
So
yes.
so we'll be
First,
plotting it
he
now.
just asked me about the plot the waveform, output voltage waveform only. Then he asked me about the currents in between.
Okay, so we can proceed with that.
Okay. So let me explain the way of the output waveform. So first let me indicate, like, suppose this is the T1 instant, this is the T2 instant, and this is T3 instance. So okay. So at the T cost to, as we know, according to the KVL, V out is nothing but V in minus Vc. Suppose it has the voltage across the capacitor is Vc in this polarity. Then, as we know, at T, if I indicate like T1 minus, then input is 0 and Vc is initially uncharged, that's why Vc is also 0, and V out will 0 only. So V out will be 0. But at T equals to T1 plus, V in become 3 volts. Suppose if I'm taking suppose 0 to 3, then V in become 3 volt, is V in, and VC is 0 only. So VC is 0 because capacitor initially uncharged. According to this equation KVL, V out become V in only, or V out is 3 volt instantaneously. Okay. Now, as the time passes, so capacitor start charging. Suppose we take the RC time constant is very low compared to this T2 minus T1, like this is the T2, this is the T1. We are giving this time window to charge the capacitor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in this charge window, suppose the RC is too low, then capacitor instantly charge, because capacitor needs the 5 RC or 4 RC to charge the 100% or 98% from zero. So it's need 4 RC. Suppose 4 RC time instant, 4 RC is much lower than the T2 minus T1 time, and T2 minus T1 time that we are providing to the capacitor to charge. Okay. So what happened at this instant? Like, suppose that if I'm saying this is T1 dash. Okay. Then capacitor start charging, and as the capacitor charging, then according to this equation, VC will increasing, and V in is constant because it's 3 volt only. So if this is the increasing and this is the 3 volt, then this would be decrease V out. Initially V out was 3 volt at T equals to T1 plus. Now capacitor start charging, then V out start discharge or like decreasing. Once capacitor, suppose at this time instant, capacitor gets charged fully charged, 3 volt. Then V in is 3, VC is 3, then V out will be 0. So this will be V out only. So this will be 0 only. And after this V in is 3 volt and V out will be 0 only, and VC is 3 volt till here. At this instant, let me talk about T. Let me, yeah, let me talk about T2 instant.
So you are
So at
basically saying that all the charge will be stored in the capacitor and the V out would be zero because
yes,
there's no current flowing.
yes. Whatever the input voltage is this, like 3 volt, and then capacitor charge up to 3 volt only. So no current will flow from the cap. Then it will trade just like an open circuit, and current is zero. That's why the V out is zero.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
can say that current is decreasing, and according to that, V out also is decreasing.
Yeah, yeah. We can say like that. Initially, kept in the current is flowing like that in this direction only, while capacitor charging. So in the capacitor, as the capacitor charging, so this voltage will decrease. So initially current was like this was 3 volts. So initial current was 3 by R. As capacitor charge, like suppose uh, point 0.5 volt. Okay, then this current will become 3 minus zero point 0.5, that is 2.5 divided by R. So as this current capacitor gets charging, and then current voltage across the capacitor, let me plot here. Okay, here the voltage across the capacitor increasing like that only till 3 volt once it gets fully charged. But current across the capacitor was initially like 3 by R, again then 2 by R, and then here this capacitor get fully charged, and that instant, if this is the current waveform, the current will discharge. This is IC of the current. IC or IC equals to IR only.
Yes.
IC equals to,
That V in would be 0. No, V in would be 3 volt. And it would be across VC only, the whole voltage. So it would be VC is equals to 3.
yes, VC equals to 3 at T minus, yes,
So
and V in is 3.
when T is equals to 0 plus, T is equals to
Yeah,
T2
that's
plus.
why V out is 0 at T2 minus. Okay. Now you are talking about T2 plus instant. Okay. What happened?
The voltage V in got 0.
Yes, instantly V in got 0. Yes.
Capacitor has the whole charge of 3 volt.
Yeah, capstan cannot change instantaneously voltage. That's why it's hold that 3 volts. So it is 3 volt now also. Whatever the voltage at T1 minus, so that voltage is also at T2 plus, right? Okay. Then
Then this V out would be 3
then V out equals to
minus 3.
V 0, V in minus V Vg, that is 3. So it's become minus 3. Okay. Yes. Okay. So at this instant, like you are saying in the waveform 5, if I plot the waveform, let me take this color. Okay. We are saying, like suppose this is the 3 volt. Okay, this is the minus 3. This is the V out was minus 3. And now capacitor, the voltage across the capacitor is in this polarity only. 0,
Yes.
minus 3. This, this is the R. This is the VC, 3 volt, right?
Yes.
This is minus, and this is the again ground. So how the current will flow? In this direction we are saying?
Yes, yes, that is what I was saying.
Okay. Okay. Suppose in this direction current is flowing. Okay. Okay, then what happened after this is the minus 3, right?
Yes.
What we are saying. Okay, explain after that instant what happened till this instant. Suppose this is the T2, T3 minus T2 by half, we can say, or whatever we say. Okay,
Okay. So
but
basically, what will happen with that? The capacitor will slowly start discharging, and it will discharge through via IR, and IR will be going down, and that would make the capacitor as losing charge. And after a point of time, the charge will be equal to 0. All the current would be discharging the charge, and it would be discharged only. So it will be 0 at that instant. It will be decreasing up to 0.
okay, basically you are saying that initially this is the minus 3 volts, so current start flowing in this direction only. So minus 3 by R, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now suppose this is the at the initially current and capacitor was 3 volt. Now after the few seconds or like few milliseconds, capacitor get discharged, and suppose capacitor voltage is 2.5, then current is minus 2.5 by by
In
R, right?
yes,
So again in this way, like capacitor get fully discharged. So this voltage basically decreasing then, right?
yes, it will be decreasing.
Now it's become 2.5, and in this way it's
So
become zero only,
yes, so it will
right?
be positively decreasing.
Yeah. So at this instant, what you are saying, let me take this color, okay? At this instant of time, what happened? Like VC 0 and V out is also 0, right? And V in already 0.
Yes,
Everything is 0 at
everything
this
is zero.
instant, right? Okay. Now it is the same condition as like this one, right? Here.
Yes,
Okay. Again, if it is positive pulse is coming, then whatever the instances happen here, the same thing is again repeat here. Yeah, it was a good explanation. Yeah. Thank you.
okay, thank you.